you are getting this update, and this is the replaced feed. Let me know if you're seeing this and if you were on, because we've obviously had a lockup of the feed, which is not great. So I've just kicked it off again, and hopefully people will jump on this one instead. Hopefully people will get notified and people will know I am live. Let's see if people jump on to start with. Hopefully they do. We'll see if people. Richard, hello again. You can see me now. Am I now moving this time, Richard? Hopefully I am. I've just kicked it back off because I don't know what happened there. Because I see you all were commenting saying it was frozen, but obviously I was still talking and I was still live. So hopefully people will see that we are back on. I even came back in the house to try and see if I could sort it out, but which is a shame because there was a lot of people on at that point and then it just all dropped off. So hopefully people work out that we're live over here and come back on. So let's see what happens. See if I go back. If I go back to the garage, let's hope that we keep doesn't all lock up again back into the cold. Shame because I was back inside and it was nice and warm. So hopefully it's that we're over here on a new stream and people don't just abandon, because we were just starting to talk about some good sections. I've got a load still to cover off. I'm just having a quick look through my notes. Yeah, 5 people. I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know what happened with the feed, but it looks like we had a bit of a glitch, a technical glitch, but I'm back on now. I don't know why. I went inside to make sure that my son hadn't turned the Wi-Fi router off, which was my first thought. But we're back on. Obviously, we've already talked tonight about common problems. We've talked about the car becoming a classic, as we know. So yes, this is part 2 tonight. So I'll have to somehow link them together. But I thought we'd talked about some of the expensive parts that your expensive jobs you've undertaken. But obviously, I'm not a modder. I don't mod cars, or try not to, even though I've changed the brakes on this one, as we know. Hello, Stephen. Welcome along, buddy. You've come back at the right time because we did have the original live, which has just gone off stream, and we're now back online here. So I'm just watching the numbers are starting to go back up, but we're not back up to where we were yet. So hopefully people have realised we're still live. But for those of you that do mods on your car, I thought we'd share in the chat what is the best mod that you can do for your car under £500. So can you tell me right now, for you guys out there that are modders, what is your best mod to do for under £500? I'll be interested to know, because if there are people that often ask me about mods and I don't really have an awful lot of knowledge of that. So it's always good to ask you guys out there that do mods, what's the best mods for under £500? Let me know in the chat, and that'll be really interesting. And also, something that get asked recently, best mod that isn't brake size, short shifter. Oh, okay, that's an interesting one. I know you're doing that. You're also doing that change for the flip down stereo as well, aren't you? So I could see Phil's made it across, Christoph's made it across, Stephen's made it across, Richard's made it across. Great to see many of you guys over here as well, and hopefully a few more people. There's 11 people on now, so it's starting to fill back up. I think we were about 35 people in the chat when it dropped off, which is quite gutting, really. So yeah, DAB radio, yeah, that's, do you know what? It's one of those things, isn't it, that if you've got like Apple CarPlay in your car, what a difference that makes to your driving experience. So you've got good quality audio, you've got navigation, you've got connectivity to comms for getting out to the outside world. Definitely absolute joy to have in your car. There are some options out there that you can fit with that flip down stereo. I know that's something Christoph's looking at the moment. But also, people ask me a lot about exhaust, because obviously right now there's not an awful lot of options if you go to quick fit for a new exhaust. So what are people's thoughts about the exhaust for the Mark 1 Audi TT 225? If you want to fit an exhaust, obviously you've got resonated, you've got D-Res, catless, sports cat, D-cat, all of that. So what is the best option for someone that's looking for, okay, depends on if it's for performance or interior. Okay, are we talking there about exhaust now, or are we talking about for the mod for under £500? Let's talk about let's talk about those mods to start with. Let's talk about performance mods under £500. I want some more bang for my buck. What do I do to get the most efficiently performance out of my car for under £500? Let me know in the chat. Also, let me know what is your biggest, let's say, cockpit interior mod for under £500. I think I agree with Phil. I think that the having the Apple CarPlay in a car makes a world of difference to the entire the car for your driving experience. But Christoph's got a gravity exhaust, £300. Honestly, get an oversized intake from Badger 5. Okay, yeah. So you need the oversized intake to get more air into the car. I've been pleased with my gravity exhaust. That's the second vote there for the gravity. So welcome back, Andy, to our chat. I know that we dropped off, and you've made it back over here as well. So it's good to see most people have made it back over. So 2 votes for the gravity. What else? What other exhausts are out there? And have you got? Is it de-resed? Is it resonated? What have you got on it? Oh, those short shift arms on the O2M 6-speed are wonderful. Okay, so that's another. That's the short shifter. That is, I think, for performance. I guess for getting in and out of gear much quicker. I guess in the car. So that's another vote for that as well. So we've got some good votes of stuff coming in there as well. And I suppose the other option is, because we've got a mix of cat back exhaust. Okay, so it's standard to the cat, and then from there back, it's just the extra bit decap of a res, but don't. Okay, yeah. In fact, you know what I've got right here? This is something that we're talking about cats. Look what I've got right here. So there you go. So there is a pair of Audi TT Mark 1 225 cats. Okay, so I've taken those off the breaker. I haven't sawn them off. So we spoke about it last week, Richard, didn't we? I didn't have to saw that off because it was already disconnected this end because there was nothing attached to it on the. So that end would go to your. That end of it is going to the downpipe, if I remember rightly. That end of it is just attached. Was attached to the exhaust, and like you said, it just fell off. So there you go. So I reached out to Bryn in the weekend because I did see he put a little video out saying someone had nicked the cats off his car, which is a bit of a pain, isn't it? And just asked him what price can I get for my cats? And I think about a couple £100 they're worth, cats. But Bryn said, looking at the picture, because I did mention him in my video when I did a little short about it, and he did say, looking at yours, they're aftermarket cats. They won't be as worth as much money. So there you go. That was a bit of a gutter. They're not going to be as worth as much. But again, they've come off the breaker, and the breaker is there's not a lot left of it now anyway. So anything I can get out of that breaker is definitely worth having. Phil Richardson, I found a pair of the machined aluminium DSG paddles for the Golf R32. Now fits my Royal Steel Wheel flat bottom. Nice. About that looks pretty cool. GMT1 ball exhaust is coming. Hope it's good. Sure it will be. I guess if you're still out there, Mark, I don't know if you are still on or not, but be interested to know when cars come in for braking, do you break the exhaust and resell the exhaust as well if they're an aftermarket decent unit? Be interested to know if they are the item you do tend to resell. Oh, there he is. He is there, Mark. So tell me, do you resell those as units? Are they the sort of thing that are resaleable? Do they hold their money? What sort of money are people looking at compared to a new exhaust? It's interesting to know because people are looking for those parts. I guess if you do want any performance parts, guys, Mark is definitely the first place to look because I'm sure they'll be cheaper with Mark than they would be new if you can even get hold of them.